Hello and welcome. Today I've got this Van Ti Plus to show you from Knaus. It's on a VW Crafter base. It's 7 meters long and it costs a fair whack of cash, the exact amount of which I'll show you right now. It is 228 centimeters, sorry, 220 centimeters wide. Sorry, I did that off memory. 205 internal width, 301 centimeters external height, standing height of 196, and depending if it's on a 4-ton basis, they'll give you 850 kilos approximately of payload. 95,500. Well, 95,394. So if you fill it up with fuel, it'll be 95. Whatever it was, 96,000 or whatever, 95,500, something like that. Anyway, it costs a fortune. Let's go inside. Now the carpet, as always, I need to point out that they just put that on to protect the floor. And as I'm standing near the floor, I'll show you what colour the floor is. Coming inside, we've got a German layout at the back with steps up to it, and we've got some storage at the back, as you nearly always get. You've got a USB thing in there so you can charge your phone whilst you're asleep, and you've got lights there which control almost the entire van. It doesn't include the toilet, but it does include just about everything else. So you can turn the lights on in the van from there. You're not sort of as I am. I've turned the bedroom light on, then I got to turn the kitchen light on, then I got to turn the dinette light on, and then I remember I wanted to go to the toilet, so I got to find where the toilet light is if it's working. So you can turn them all on from here. That's positive. What is the point of that? An open bit of storage, could do with a nice net, that would make it okay, but it hasn't got one. It's also got one at the other side as well. And here we have, yeah, I like that actually, as unusual as it is. I bet somebody's going to say, can't see the point of that. Actually, yeah, so. Because you can also make it dark using these things, of course. Here they've got your mosquito net, and you've got your dark, what you call it, blackout blind or whatever, there. But anyway, that's an unusual touch. Don't quite know what for. Now, you can also store things in this van, believe it or not. And that one place you can store them is under here. That comes up like that, and this thing here will lift up to reveal this large wardrobe. That lifted up quite nicely, thank you very much. Let's have a go at this side, see if this one works as well. Bear in mind, you probably wouldn't be sleeping on a mattress that's covered in plastic. Probably, I don't know, maybe it would be. And but you would be having bedclothes on top, and that might get in your way. If you can't be bothered to remove all the stuff off your bed, you can of course open the door, one of which appears on both sides. You may say that this is a good place for some storage, or maybe you wouldn't, but there isn't any. And as you can see down there, there isn't either. Right, carpet in the bathroom is never a good idea if you're going to use it, but you can of course take it up, and that will reveal the fact that there are two incorrectly sized drainage holes in this bathroom, although it does have a non-slip sort of bumpy thing at the bottom. That drainage will get blocked in no time, in my opinion. Here we have the toilet, and here we have some storage. There you go. False wall if you don't want your toilet. Well, no, actually, I do make jokes about the toilet not getting wet, okay, but you certainly wouldn't want the electrics getting wet, so fair enough. We'll use the false wall, pull the false wall out here, and to reveal your shower. Of course, if you don't want to use the false wall, this will appear at both sides. False wall in, false wall out, and we just pull that across like that. Some companies, such as Rapido, are now using one of these garden gate type locks, which I don't think looks very nice. Well, let's have a look at the size inside. Look at that. There's me, plenty of space above me, space here, and there's of course a sensible sliding door like that. Somebody told me they're difficult to actually wash these things, but I don't know from experience. Kitchen has a fridge, handily placed so you can actually get your beer out the fridge whilst you're in the shower. And below the fridge is a thing that comes out like that, and you can keep some stuff in there, as well as admiring your wheel arch. Here, sink, 2 burners. You can always leave the door open if you want to hear people outside. Alternatively, you can close it. Depends what you want, if you're nosy or not. And right, could do with something to stop things falling out and falling down there. That would be a pretty good idea. If they actually use the vans, then they would know about things like this. I showed these blackout things earlier. Personally, I like it better when there's just one of them. There may be an advantage to having 2 here, only I don't know what it is. I suppose you can keep the mosquito net and the blackout blind down at the same time. Is there any point in that? If there is, let me know. Can't see any point in that myself. Storage up here. Large forward-facing bench. Table, reasonable size in the 7, well, reasonable, I suppose, 7-meter van. Yeah, I suppose couldn't expect much better. Oh, it says soft close. We'll just try that one out. That was a soft close. Bit of storage up here, don't know what for. That'd be great actually, as you stick stuff in here and as you're driving it falls out onto your head. Hours of fun for the entire family as you're getting out of hospital. You've got the suspension system down here, which a leveling system, I should say, not suspension, leveling system down there, and you can keep stuff up here as well. And there it comes with this very large television. Look at this, it's got an F on this energy thing. I think it's about the first time I've seen that. 29 kilowatt hours per 1,000 hours of watching. That's going to drain your battery in no time. I'm trying to do a quick, I'll do a calculation later, or you can do a calculation yourself. That seems a fair whack. Got a flat floor, something I appreciate. And it's got a window in the door. There's something else I appreciate. And right, it's on the VW basis, and I think in previous years we might have seen this on a MAN, which is the same as VW effectively, or indeed Fiat Ducato, which unfortunately we're not seeing many of these days. Oh, sorry, we're not seeing as many as we used to these days. Brakes in the middle. Personally, I like it better on the other side because I feel it gets in the way a bit, but okay, maybe because I'm used to pulling the brake up with my left hand rather than my right hand. Maybe that's just me. Maybe there's not enough room down there for the brake, or maybe they just couldn't be bothered to move it over. Having said that, there's this double click thing, so the chairs will turn round quite easily. It takes ages. Well, it took me ages to get used to it anyway. Probably didn't take anybody else ages. Right, we've got a kitchen extension, and there's a fly screen in the door. Close the door, take you to the back. It's this company having these LDC systems for keeping dogs in the garage, and you can see that in a different video. Down there you got space for the batteries, and I think I'll go right down there actually before I start talking about the batteries. I'll just show you this thing here. There's your gas cupboard, and what is sensible about this is this will come out, slides in and slides out. 2 bottles, and you get to a certain age in life. I got it to about 30 years ago when you don't want to do your back in anymore. Indeed, well, not quite, almost 30 years in my case, the first time I did my back in. It's tall, it's high. It says it's got a high strength fiberglass roof. My experience with Knaus is that is not entirely true, but that's just my experience. Maybe it does have, maybe they've improved it. I've got a Tula Omnistor awning there. Cat's Eye Evolution rear lights, and let's have a look at the battery compartment. What you could do, of course, if there's not enough space there for your batteries, is you can move them down here, somewhere on the floor, whatever. Put them next. There is space for them. You've got your fuses there, and notice they've removed one, which maybe that's to stop people messing around with something inside. And it's a really good sized garage, though. That is positive, right? So, and there's the dog system. I've done a video on it, and I know a lot of people won't like it, but I've done a video anyway. And it seems as though dogs are no longer permitted to be inside, running around free when you're driving the vehicle. Anyway, more about that in a different video. Water tank, you can access it from this compartment, and you can actually you can thread through your electricity as well to charge up, and you've got your water release there as well, which is if you have to drain the vehicle. Okay, look, that's this van, Knaus Van Ti, and need to point out, as always, I don't recommend Knaus as a brand. I get more complaints about Knaus than other companies than any other brand, but I know lots of people get complaints about lots of things. But it's the way they react. They don't react to complaints at all, and this goes up to the higher management levels. Whereas other companies I've had to talk to have reacted immediately, and they've come up with good solutions. Here, they just couldn't care less, and it's the only company which I absolutely strongly advise not to buy. Only major company, because I've got another video from here on a company which I think may have been involved in, or could potentially be involved in some financial irregularities. But anyway, that for a different time. So it's a nice van, but I warn you very strongly about buying from this company. Thanks for listening.